It's just one of those days where I'm thinking too much. Wait a minute. Get some Gatorade here. It's the thirst quencher for the stars or something like that, isn't it? So, like every time I sit down to do some work, I start thinking again, and I got to just like get it out. So, like this thing that I've been thinking about a lot. Like I'm 53 years old now, and you think some of you, well, like this mixed thing. Well, I'm 53. I'm probably going to die tomorrow, or life is just starting. You're at that age where you're not quite sure where you fit in anymore. Like for instance, this is not going to work for anybody much younger than me, so you might as well just turn the channel and go somewhere else. But if you're my age or a little older, maybe, and I know there's some other stages you're going to go through above this, but now it's like when you go to a restaurant, and especially if you don't get out much, you're not accustomed to it, but we don't. So because I'm so entertaining, we just stay home, and I like juggle and stuff for people. So, but the dogs and my wife, usually she goes in the other room and watches TV by herself. But what I'm getting at is when we do go out, and you go to a restaurant, like everybody's young, and you're not anymore. So what I don't understand is like why young people can't just be older, like think older instead of like all this young stuff, like they're just like all in this little young world of young thoughts. And it's exclusive. What's the word? Exclusive and snobbish and they think they're like all that and everything. So I kind of like take offense to that, and I think there should be some kind of like law that prohibits young people from being young, because it just certainly isn't fair to people that are getting older that they're young. So that's the thing I'm really in. I know like. And this, like, growing up, well, when you have young people around you, like other people's kids, like, I had nieces and nephews when they were younger, it was like, oh, Uncle Mark, he's kind of like a funny guy. And now he's just like Uncle Mark. I'm sure it's like, well, we're kind of afraid of him, and the best thing to do is just not to say anything to him. And I'm not saying that's what they think, but I'm pretty sure it is because, they're all on Facebook and they can access these videos, and they've not said one thing about them, so I know they're really afraid of old Uncle Mark now because he's no longer just a humorous adult who thinks like a kid. He's now a scary adult who shouldn't think like a kid. See, that's the thing. So when I'm like this is just a challenge to young people to stop being so young and open up and accept crazy old people into your life, that we may have something to offer. Actually, I don't have much to offer. I would prefer it if you would just offer to buy one of my paintings, and that would be really sweet. And I would realize that you were trying to open up and become a more well-rounded person and be more accepting of old people who've ruined the world and are crazy and ready basically just to pass on, and you don't want to be anywhere around them because you don't want any of that like decay and death to rub off on you. And Jesus, it's that bad? Wow. Ugh. I don't want to be around anybody older than me now.